Go ahead, do it. So you'll be the only person who will be driving this, and let's
Okay.
just see. Okay, and can you please speak bit?
Yes, I can. Give me a moment just. So we have got 9 viewers for now.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I think now we are audible.
Is it audible? And people can respond to us? People are responding to us?
Give me a moment just.
Yeah, you're audible,
No,
buddy.
actually, yeah,
I
basically I can
I
hear
can hear
myself
your
from
voice.
mobile.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first let me
Okay.
introduce myself. My name is Vajrang, and I am working towards the community to build the community and to make sure that people get acquainted with the tool. And if you are starting your career into RPA development, there can be multiple tools. Well, I'm giving you guidance on the best tool that's available for you to get started with a job, not in the market with respect to technical perspective, but how to get that job easily and how to get started with RPA career and how to move on. So that's my target goal, and for the past 1.5 year, I'm doing it. And hopefully, this month we are starting with a new team from October 3rd. So hopefully, we'll have new career transformations. That's what I'm looking for. And let's go ahead and get started. And going with Piyush. Piyush, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I was just waiting for that.
Yeah.
So, guys, I am Piyush Agarwal. I am an RP developer. So, I'm not limited to only one tool. Like today, we are going with automation anywhere. But in actual, I work with UiPath. So, I have been in RPA for more than 2 years, and I'm most like unlike I'm the technical guy who loves to solve the curious problems and solves. And I also have my YouTube channel. After this video, you can go and
Uh,
check out my channel as well.
I'll post that in the description. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my channel is Automate with Piyush. And today we are going to learn how to use this automation anywhere, how to begin your journey with using automation anywhere. And don't think like this would be a boring session because I don't like the theoretical things. That's why I'm into RPA. I'm a developer
Yes,
because in RPA we can just automate our life and make it easy and amazing. Okay.
exactly.
So Vajran, should we start
Let's
or
just see
let's
if
wait?
people can reply back. Just message hi in the chat. There is live chat that's enabled. Just reply back hi. And if there is any difficulty in it, I will just check with the settings. Hopefully things should be good. And live comments are available for everyone. Let's just see that.
So everyone, can you hear and listeners, can you
Yes,
type something in the
yes,
chat
yes, yes.
at least so we would know?
It's visible public, and yeah, things should be good. Automate with
Let me
Piyush.
try. If it is yes, Mrigank Mishra, we have got hi. So our audience is able to hear us.
Exactly. Cool.
Hi
So,
Mrigank. Hope glad to see you here.
okay,
So
I am posting Piyush channel in the chat. Go ahead and get started with this channel. And yeah, Piyush, it's all
mhm.
yours. I'm going on mute. You can
Okay.
get started.
Okay guys. So for automation anywhere, we are going with the very basics. So the first thing is comes from where should we start? How you get that tool with you to start your journey. So simply first let's go to Google, the place where everything is available. You can search for automation anywhere university and come to the first link, very first link, university.automationanywhere.com. So this is the platform where you will be able to get your tool and all the learning that you would need your training. So the first thing, free community edition, just click here and it is going to give you a form to fill up. And once you fill up this form, it will be sending you a particular email onto your Gmail account. And just for your info, unlike other RPA tools, automation anywhere is completely web based. So you don't need to install something. it will be just complete a browser based application. So once you fill up this form, you will get a URL, like I can show that automation anywhere dot digital. So this is my community cloud URL. It might be possible that you would get community2.cloud.automation and digital, or based on the number of users that have been increasing, it could be a new server might have been launched with the community 3. So that's how you get it. And once you simply go to this, over there in the email itself, you will have your credentials, your username and password. Password would be, first time would be a default password that you can change. Let me just log out over here and show you the main screen. So this is the your login page. You come up over here, enter your username, password, and simply login. If you are using an MS Edge, so I would highly recommend to create an app of this automation anywhere instead of using a browser base, because that gives you the feel that you are actually working on an RPA tool. So like for me over here, you can see here, this is my automation anywhere tool, and it's like you won't get that feel that you are on a browser based application. It gives you more like this is your RP, your own tool, an arsenal in your weaponry that you can use to automate anything. Second thing, let's go for the learning path, from where what you all you need to know, from where you can learn to get started with things. So on the same page, this university.automationanywhere.com, we have got everything you need. So first comes training. So in training, I will just go to the learning trails. Second. Okay, first I need to log in over here. So if, since you guys won't be having an account, so please just register on this website, create an account of yours, and that will give you the opportunity to start learning and have multiple things to learn. Let's, I have this open already here. So this is the library which comes after logging on to university.automationanywhere.com. And over here, let me go with the learning trails. So just for your info, when you jump into this automation anywhere world, you will be confronted with 2 3 terms like automation anywhere v11, automation anywhere, automation 360, or there was one more A2019. Just for your knowledge, v11 is an awesome something which is in the past. That was a treasure. I really love that. And it's now something where only few companies are using as a past license, because it is disabled now for everyone. And what we are going to learn in this session is automation 360, which is the present. Okay, so over here we have got multiple modules to learn for different kind of people. Like if you want to be a developer, go with the bot developer automation 360 learning path. If you, in case you want to go for a business analyst, uh, the very highest approach, the position which for which you need the knowledge of a developer as well as a solution architect, the main person of the team, so then you will have to go with this learning path. So I will just go with the bot developer one. So in this particular learning tail, this is a 6 hours 45 minutes duration, in which you will be learning certain aspects about how to use UI automation anywhere, about different kind of other things you can integrate with RPA like Python, JavaScript, VB scripts, and the interesting one would be RE. RE was launched last year, and it is like your personal assistant in the automation anywhere that will help you to build your automations, to help you that where you are getting wrong. If there is something you missed, it will come, hey, you
So
missed that.
Piyush, so what is ARI? AARI, if I'm not wrong.
RE.
AARI? Yeah,
Yeah.
what is it?
So it is a kind of interface, just like a chatbot. So
Mm-hmm.
this chatbot, this RE helps you to integrate your multiple tasks all together. And in case like it gives you a kind of highlight where you are giving something wrong. You maybe you are getting some kind of error. Your bot is not running. So RE will give you a notification that what is wrong with your bot. It is a kind of intelligence that helps you. And once you get deep dive into automation anywhere, this RE will help you to integrate all of the task force all together and your IQ bots. Because autom and Yeah, I forgot about IQ bots. So IQ bot is like the heart of automation anywhere. The main deal, the main power on which this complete tool is running. So I will come back to IQ bot because that is something specific, like the specific tool for understanding the documents, working with documents. And in RPA, going with document understandings, analyzing the document, extracting data, that is one of the major tasks that all the companies are going through. I will come back to IQ bot at the end. For now, we will just continue with more about how to get started with basics. Okay. So this was the, yeah, Vajran, anything?
No, no, just go ahead, buddy. I'm
Okay.
just checking on with few things. Things might get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With the Metabot as well. So Metabot is like, the treasure which we left behind in the past. And
Okay,
when we worked with,
so now there is no metabot.
no, now there is no
See,
Metabots.
the problem that happened was when I started learning UiPath, at the same time I started learning automation anywhere as well. But maybe due to the usability and maybe due to the ease of UiPath, I went with UiPath and I learned
Mm-hmm.
pretty good
Yeah.
UiPath. Now, when I at that point of time, I heard a lot of Metabot. Okay, use Metabot to do reusable components. Use Metabot
Yes.
to create something that is unique, and even if there is something that you have recorded, and even if that's not available for you, you can do it. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, since past 1 month, I was checking with Automation Anywhere, and I was struggling to find where is that option called Metabot. Okay, this point, this point, this point, this point. Where exactly is it? Then I found out that okay, they might have deprecated it, but I'm not sure till
Yeah.
now. Till you have said that this is deprecated, till now I'm not sure that it is
Yeah.
deprecated. My goodness. Okay, got
Yeah.
got it.
So just like you said, Metabot was like a reusable components.
Mm,
And majorly we use Metabots when we are creating a business logic or we
mm,
are working with a DLL files.
yeah.
Like you would be creating your own code and converting into a DLL file and
Yes.
then you want to reuse it.
Yeah.
So now instead of Metabot, automation anywhere says directly use that DLL file.
Yes.
Don't need to say a new term. Make it easy.
Okay.
Okay.
So, are we going to see some reusable components created in this program in the next 20,
Yeah,
10
we
minutes,
can.
15 minutes? Sure. Go ahead. Let's get the things rolling.
Okay. So this was about the the content library from where the you can learn about things. So you have got multiple badges. Once you complete any course, you are going to get a badge. And if you are fully prepared, you can go for the certification. And being certified with Automation Anywhere is like it never expires. Currently, I am advanced certified Automation Anywhere in V11 and Automation 360. And the best thing about I liked being when I was a student, the one thing I liked about Automation Anywhere, that it would give you chances to go for the certification for free. There is no cost, so you can wait for your moment and grab the chance. Now let's jump to Automation Anywhere directly. Let's stop wasting time on this theory part.
One thing that I have also observed is uh,
Mm-hmm.
if you are seeing with Automation Anywhere learning plans, there are few things that are available for community like state starting basics and all, but few things
Mm-hmm.
are only for the members who are paying to Automation Anywhere. Is this what I have seen? Is it correct or
So
not?
yes, yeah, what you have seen is correct, but
Hmm.
it's not like that. Everything. So it's basically there is a set of content which is for the paid employees only. Like for example, if your company like IBM, if I say for an example, IBM is a partner of Automation Anywhere,
Yep.
so they have a separate set of modules for their employees
Hmm.
to learn from Automation Anywhere.
Okay.
And other than that, for community people, there are some set of recordings that you can go through and understand.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I do dislike about Automation Anywhere, I don't really like, is their content, because it's more like you cannot skip it, you cannot just move forward with it, you
Okay.
have to go through it exactly step by step.
Okay.
So if they say if you want to move to the next stream, you have to wait for the timer to go off.
Oh,
So that was a bad thing. When you are, you're a quick learner, you need to go fast or you want to revisit the content.
exactly.
So that's one thing bad.
Okay.
So anyway,
Mm.
let's jump to the tool. So once you log into Automation Anywhere, and then you would see this screen. This is your home screen. This is your kind of dashboard as well, where you would know how many bots are there, what are the running average time. Like here it says number of task bot runs 24, most used actions. It gives me analysis of what kind of bots I am developing. These are very less, and number of tasks was created 4. So this is just a daily basis overview of what is going on with the tool.
Mm.
Then
Okay.
we have got our automation tab. This is the tab where you would be creating your bot. All it would be listed down. But before coming over here, you need to set up this tool. So for that, first come to the devices tab. Once you come over here, at the top you will have an icon called connect local device.
Okay.
Click on it, then click on connect to my computer. First, it will give you an option to install bot agent. Since in my computer, this bot agent is already installed, so it is not giving me that option. But if I click on this, I will be able to manually download it again. So this is the only file which you need to install in your system.
Okay. One more thing. So for people who are into UiPath and who are into any other tool, and if they want to relate it to Automation Anywhere, trust me, it's going to be tricky first. And I have experienced it. The main reason is when you are going with UiPath, things will be ready for you. Okay, one click installation done, robots will be started, and you will have studio for you, you will have orchestrator for you, everything will be interlinked and interconnected. I really love the way how it got interlinked. And once you start with UiPath robot, it will start execution. Here the approach is something different. First you need to go to cloud, and you need to add few, at least if you want to write a log message. See, to write a log message, it took 20 to 30 minutes for me to understand what is this specific message box. The thing about UI automation anywhere is you will not see any logs. There will be only log files where you can
Yes.
store the log data. Next time if you want to open, go to the log file, open that log file and see the log file. Every execution you cannot see the logs. That's not going to happen.
Yes.
So this is something that I have observed and experienced. Automation anywhere, time for you to change now, because we like things as a developers. We like things that are easy to develop. We are already automating some mundane work, something that is too static. And again, you want us to go into my local path, and I think every time you need to map that particular folder path. Is it right? You need to map a
Now,
project path for logs, like okay, add log field in
okay,
this
which
particular.
folder you want, like that
Exactly,
path.
exactly, exactly.
So it's like the approach in Automation Anywhere is quite bit different from
Yes,
UiPath in these terms. In
exactly.
UiPath, any action that you execute, by
Yes,
default, it will keep a log record of it.
exactly.
And if you add your own logs, that will be a add-on bonus.
Correct.
But in this, it's like you will be creating your log file, then
Yes,
you will be adding the statements in which log file you want,
yes,
and then only it will be saved in your system.
exactly.
So that's the thing.
So we have a message from RPA learners. Good to see you both. Thank you so much. Wish we three can connect. Go ahead and ping me up if you want to join this, and we'll get started, buddy. And let's go. We are having 12 awesome members live watching us. Let's get started. Continue,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So I was saying about the downloading the bot agent file,
Yeah,
which is the actual runner. So
yeah.
Vijay, I will take the UiPath as a reference over here,
Sure,
since some
sure,
of our audience could be using it.
sure, sure, sure.
So in UiPath, we call a UI robot or UiPath agent we have.
Yes.
Similarly, in Automation Anywhere, we have Automation Anywhere bot agent. So if I simply search it over here, Automation Anywhere bot agent. Awesome, it is not even coming up. 1 second. I will just download this file and show you the icon. So basically, this bot agent is like a runner. When you trigger the bot from Automation Anywhere tool, it will connect with the agent installed in your system and start that runner in it. And then only this will work. Then second thing, you need to install the extension to your Chrome. Without the extension, it will not work. Okay. So these are the two mandatory things that your agent should be installed and your extension should be enabled. Then only it will start working. Then let's move to the automation panel. Once your tool is installed, your agent is set up. Yeah, setting up agent is no big deal. You just double click it and it will just get configured itself in the backend. You would never get notified if it is installed or not,
Exactly.
but definitely it will be installed. Just double click, it will come on screen for a moment, then it will be just configured.
So the best
So
way to check with it is your whenever
is check the
you
installation applications. Like
exactly exactly.
if I want to check it is installed or not, like just now when I try to search in the start menu, that didn't came. So how I check it, I go to installed apps and look through the applications if bot agent is there or not.
Yeah,
Like here you see automation anywhere bot agent.
exactly.
I, even after searching it was not coming. So that is in background, complete background.
Yes.
Okay. So after you come to the automation panel, what you have got a folders. You can structureize your bots into multiple folders over here that will be complete on the browser. In a server it is being developed, and then within that folder you can create your bots. So for example, if I see there are multiple icons over here, so first one is a create a bot. I will just simply click on it and create a task bot. Task bot is basically just your actual bot, you can say. This is the one which will be running all, doing everything. That is your task bot. So let's name it RPA basics. No, automate with use session one. So create and edit.
So easy and so simple and difficult to understand. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the tool, how it looks like. Now in Automation Anywhere 360, we have got two kind of views. One is this flow view, where you can simply drag and drop just like what we do in UiPath. I will drag this activity from there. And okay, just for the sake of terms that we use for automation, like if you go to Automation Anywhere community and you say, so here, these are called commands or actions, not activities.
Hmm.
So when you say to talk to someone that I'm using this particular activity, you would say I'm using this command. Else he will be like what he is saying, what should do, what is an activity. He wouldn't know.
Yeah.
And so this is a flow view, and there is another one, a list view. So initially, like when we told about V11, in V11 we had just the list view. So this was the add-on with the Automation 360 that now you have a flow view and the dual view. Like you can check out both of them. The best benefit of it was with the flow that when your code becomes complex and there are multiple if else loops, it becomes easy to understand what is going on and where it is. Now here
Excuse me.
on the left, we have got three things: our variables panel, actions is where the commands are there to use to automate, and triggers. So these are some specific triggers that given by Automation Anywhere which we can use. So I will start with the variables panel. So there are, see, these are the only data types that are available with you. Bajrang, I think you would be like dissatisfied or feeling like, oh, I have got so many data types with me, and over here I have got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Frankly speaking,
14.
yeah, frankly speaking, like I am a .NET developer. I started my career as a .NET
Okay.
developer. I started with developing web applications. That's the reason you see sometimes my website's getting crazy, and
Yeah.
I do a lot of jungle with my website,
Mhm.
and I'm also a UI developer. When before I
Okay.
started this particular thing. Now the best part about learning like the transition phase is I did not relearn anything. If you observe, all the
Mhm.
.NET components are readily available for me. If I want to just plug and play, okay, this is where tuck 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 done. It's there. The code is there for you. You just need to execute. Here, okay. all the basic components are there. I will not say that this is something new, but people who are starting with automation anywhere, they will have the slate as blank. And when they're having the slate as blank, it's easy for them to write than to rewrite on something that they already know. So
Either I am getting confused or there's something, because like what according to you, what you said that
uh,
automation anyway gives you a blank plate,
no, no. If
whereas
you are a
my
blank plate or if you are a blank slate,
okay,
to learn
okay,
automation
okay,
anywhere, it will not take much time.
yes,
Because okay, this is how things are working and you need to follow these things. Done. It's
yes,
done
yes,
and dusted.
that's it.
Okay, but if you are
You cannot.
already into other tool and if you want to move to different tool, that's when
Yes, yes,
things
yes.
will be
That's when things get confusing,
exactly.
because you will be like, I know so many things. How can I integrate them over here as well?
Exactly.
And it's more like a straight path in automation anywhere.
Exactly.
So, like, I have got these are the variables that I have got, and I will be showing an example for that as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
for that, let me just create a variable. Let's create a number variable, and I will say it as a num
Mm-hmm.
underscore
Mm-hmm.
variable one. So why I will just keep this as a best practice also, just for from automation anywhere perspective. Whatever data type you are using, use the first three keywords as a first prefix to it. Like now I'm
Okay.
using a number, so num underscore string
Okay.
str underscore,
Okay.
then create it.
Okay.
So this is the variable. There are certain predefined variables, the system variables, which you can find over here. There are multiple of them which you can utilize in your automation.
Mm.
Then you have got actions. Actions, as I mentioned earlier, this is which you use to automate things, and there are multiple packages. Just kind of, I would say, suggest, if you are using something and it is not working, don't get frightened, because this is just for the community edition. Like there are things on community edition which are not completely working, I would say, but most of them works. Like if I take an example for AWS comprehend NLP, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but your measure of the commands which are in general that comes in use
Mm.
always works for you.
Okay.
And so let me take an example of a basic bot. Let's make a very simple bot first. Okay. So the bot's action would be, it will simply take some input from you, check if that, what is the condition for that. If that number is, let's say a number will be given by the user, number is less than 10 or greater than 10. Based on that, give some condition. Very simple one. Okay. Then we will jump to a proper bot. So let's say I want to take an input from the user. uh, in UiPath, I would have written input. There is nothing is coming. So let me check. I guess it was a kind of, I need to check what was the option. IQ log number prompt. Yeah. So in automation anywhere, to take input from a user, you cannot just say input. You need to say what kind of prompt you are taking. You
Okay.
need a value. You need a yes or no. You need
Okay.
a folder or you need a file. So exact thing you need. So I will need a value. So I will use this for value prompt. Now over here, by default, anything that you enter will be in a term of strings. So I just need to write the prompt window caption input value from user. If you are a UiPath user, you would think that I am writing a string. I need to add a double quotes first. So that is not the case over here. Prompt message, please enter a number, and mask keystroke, as you know, if you want a password from someone. Now either I can use a sample string or I can create a new variable. By default it will be of type string only. I cannot use it as a number. So let's say name is str underscore value, and create and select. Now what I wanted was a number from the user. Okay. So but now I will have to convert it before I can utilize it. So for that I will use an assign activity. For assign, for each type of data type or for each category, I have a different assign value over here. For like for string, if I click on this, there is an assign. If I go to number, there is a separate assign. and you can differentiate between these two assign based on the variable. Like this is the string and this is the hash is referring to a number. So I will use the number one. Now I need to convert that string to number. So to define a variable, the first there are various things you can do. Click on this X icon. It will give you the option to insert a value. I can go over here, select that variable, but right now it is, see, it is, since it is a number one, it is not even showing me that variable. So I don't have the option as of now to select that. So the developer approach, right? Dollar. So dollar is your variables. All the variables will be listed over here. Now the name was string value. Okay, so I'm choosing this. Now I need to convert it to a number. So I will write dot, then string, and there should be one to number. So if I just scroll down here and enter. So this is the way I am converting a string to a number. And now I can save it in my num variable. Okay. So we have obtained the value. Now we need to put a condition. If this value is less than 10 or greater than 10. A very simple one.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I will just search for an if and drag it over here. Now let's see for what kind of conditions we can put. So for conditions, again, we are categorized into multiple things. All the packages that we have are categorized by default. So you can only use these conditions. So for like right now, I'm going to uh, do a condition between numbers. So I will just scroll down to the number category. And here I have a condition. You want to use a number condition? Select it.
Okay.
Now,
So
what is your source value?
I would like
Yeah.
to add here. One thing that I have observed in Automation Anywhere, conditions are everything is into a condition block, and inside condition you will have sub blocks. You will not see um, for each activity and while activity and do while activity separately. Everything will be in
No.
loop, and in that loop you can go and you can search. Do you need to iterate over data table? Do you need to iterate over
Yes.
arrays? Do you need to iterate over um conditions or
File, folder.
file folder? Everything will be inside loop. So loop is
Loops.
your activity. Okay, in the
Yeah.
same way here condition is the activity. Inside that condition you will have multiple sub options. Okay,
Yes.
and if you are going to search, okay, how to filter a data table and how to loop a data table, loop is your activity. And if you want to search for something or if you want to filter something, condition is your activity. And inside that condition, drill down further. That's how you need to work with Automation Anywhere. It's not like, okay, I will have for each, okay, one activity. If one activity, else one activity, if else one activity, you will not have those conditions.
No.
You will have only one
It's
condition
all combined.
combined to
It's
one
like a
single thing.
kind of hierarchy. So you
Exactly.
have got a parent if, that
Yes.
if have multiple packages,
Yes.
and within that packages you need to look for, oh, I am working with data table things. So I need to find the data table package inside the if because
Exactly.
I want to apply a condition over there.
Exactly. True.
So
True.
now let's say we have come to the if we want to apply do something with the numbers. So we have choose the number condition, and now it has again give us few options.
Yep.
You can either check if they're equal, not equal, less than, greater than. Okay, you cannot do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So because by default, by in general these are the things that comes into handy to
Yep.
check between numbers or decimals or anything
Yes.
values.
Yes. Yes.
So for source value, now I will check the value that I obtain from the user. So for that, again, I can press F2 because now I have that number variable with me, num variable. And just one more thing, like over here, you can see this numbers, digits, hash icon.
Hmm.
This icon denotes that what kind of variable you can use, and you
Okay.
won't see any other variable. If you want, then again, you need to go with the dollar approach.
Um,
So now,
can you go back and
yeah,
repeat that? So dollar is a
okay,
variable extension. So if I am adding a dollar in the front and the dollar in the back, it just meant that that's a variable and that will be dynamically allocated at in the before or a
yes.
later part of the flow.
So basically, like any variable, like you can see over here,
Yeah.
num underscore variable one. This is the our
Correct.
variable. Now
Correct.
to for the automation anywhere to identify that keyword as a variable,
Hmm.
the term is that dollar should come at the start and
Hmm.
at the end.
Correct.
Anything between dollars is a variable.
Hmm.
And in
Understood.
case you want to utilize a variable which is not showing up at the moment, because since it just takes or gives a number type of variables, you can utilize dollar and put some inline conversions and convert that to the required data type. So now I want to simply check that my variable is less than 10. Okay, so it's simply hard coded it. Now, if I want to add some kind of condition, I can simply put an add and use and or logic. Again, you have got only and or logic. You can don't go for, if you are a technical guy, don't go for XOR, XNOR, anything like that. It is a very simple. You just need either and or nothing else.
So if I
Okay.
want to add more conditions, there is an add condition at the bottom. You can just hit on add
Yeah.
condition and you can add. And what is the add
And
group?
add group. Let's text this because this is something new.
Okay.
So this add group is something new, and I will have to see what is it.
Okay. Maybe inside grouping, like instead of one condition, you
It's
can
kind
have
of
multiple
instead of
multiple conditions.
multiple grouping.
Okay. So seems to be good.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's try to remove the, okay, one second. This top remove condition. I need to remove this, and I need to remove this group as well. And you are coming on screen.
No, no, don't keep me on screen.
Remove. Okay. So now we have our basic condition that our number variable should be less than 10. And if it is true, I want to something to be written. Now again, I'm going back to the UiPath logic. If you are a UiPath user, you will simply use a log message over here and you would see in the output panel. But you don't have an output panel over here.
Hmm.
So it's you only option is use a message box. Drag it. Now you can define the things like
Hmm.
your window title.
Hmm.
This is my message box, some message I want to give to the user that number is less than 10, and I can put some kind of scroll bar, like if your content is very long, then you can define that after how many lines you want a scroll bar. So by default it's 30. You can put a condition for closing the message box, because when since there are log messages are not inbuilt property of automation anywhere, so it's a general practice that every developer uses in real-time automation. They would use a message box with a certain counter over there, so when the bot is running in actual mode, in attended mode, at least they would know what is going on with the bot, at what stage it is. So that is why these message box are very handy in automation anywhere. Now I want to add an else condition. So for that also I will have to search else and put a else over here. Now I will not put it over here in the bottom. It will
Hmm.
come besides it. So if you try to put it down, it will say no, I cannot put it over there. If else comes besides or one other. Now I will just simply put another message box and put it over here and write my message greater than 10 and complete. So this is the start and stop of a very simple bot. Now let's simply, I will show how to run. So now you can simply click on run or click on save. I would recommend very highly to first click on save, because since this is a browser based tool, in case your connection is weak, it is not working properly, all your work would be lost. Okay. So never forget to click on save. After that, if you don't click on save and run, then also it will save the file first, and then only it will move to the running.
So,
And now,
Piyush, tell me this. How
yeah,
much, what is the default time that it will save? Like for every 10 seconds it will save, for every 15 seconds it will save. Is there any timeout where it's
for
saving?
you mean by default saving the
Yeah,
file?
yeah, yeah, that's correct.
No, there is no time. There is no such thing like that.
Okay,
So what happens once you do anything,
uh-huh,
unless you click on save or run, nothing will be saved.
okay,
It's your duty.
okay.
Now, what happens when I'm running this bot? The first thing comes is downloading the dependencies.
Mm-hmm.
So after every bot run, bot will download some data to, it's like a kind of instructions that I'm downloading, which are in a format of Java, which I'm giving to the bot agent that, hey, these are the things you need to do at this moment. And those instructions bot will be followed by the bot.
Okay.
Those are cached files which are stored in your local system. So it's I wouldn't say that everything is on web, being automation and even a web-based tool. There are multiple cache files which gets downloaded in your system once you start running the bot, and those keep on increasing day by day.
Okay.
Though, but nevertheless, their size is so less, they are negotiable. Now, negligible.
Okay.
Now, let's say I will put an 5 over here. Click on OK. It simply said number is less than 10. After 2 seconds, it off. So bot ran successfully. So that was a basic approach of how to develop a bot. Now, do we have time, version to go for that use case that we discussed?
You have any amount of time in my channel. Go for it.
Awesome. Okay, let's go for that. And
Yeah.
by the way, guys, just to let you know, this is the first time I'm seeing the use case. And just 15 minutes back, just before this call, I got that will be building that.
Exactly.
Okay.
One last thing that I would like to do is, okay, now that we have built so and so code in one file,
Mm-hmm.
let's just show simple example using this one alone on how to divide this into multiple flows. So there will be main
Okay.
file and there will be subflow that we need to call,
Subflows.
and there will be arguments. We'll go with that small piece, and then we'll go with
Mm-hmm.
the use case example.
Okay. Awesome. So let's divide this one. So I cannot divide it right over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in UiPath, I would have just click over here and say,
Mm.
invoke as a workflow.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. So I will go back to the main screen. Now, since I want to develop a bot with certain files, so for that, I will create a subfolder first.
Okay.
As a best practice, what I'm following.
One thing, can you please repeat that because my screen went
Yeah.
off bonkers, and can you just repeat that back?
Okay. 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 So
Go to the code that we
I'm
have built, and then
yes.
let's just get started.
Now it's visible.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, if you are a UiPath user, again,
Hmm.
okay, I'm recommending that.
Hmm.
As a UiPath developer, what you would do, you would simply select that piece of code
Hmm.
and click on more options and select as invoke as a workflow. So that
Yeah,
complete set of part would be extracted outside as a new bot file.
exactly, exactly.
But over here, if I want to do it, I need to create a bot separately and then pass on the instructions.
Okay.
And just now, as again I mentioned about the sequence, I forgot about that. So in this you have got a step command.
Okay.
Like if you want to categorize a group your certain set of commands for a particular action, you can use steps. So this is just what I want to mention. You can just put, so this tab command does not do anything. It's just for grouping, that I can put it over here,
Hmm.
put some message
Hmm.
taking value from user and collapse it. So this is just for managing things properly.
Okay.
Now back to the question,
Hmm.
how to run multiple bots all together.
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Hmm. So first we need to create individual components, then group them, or first create a
Yes,
main
first
component
create
and then
first create
group.
all the components separately
Okay.
with all the arguments you need,
Mm-hmm.
and then only you can merge them as a master bot.
Okay.
Create a one.
Okay.
So let's create that same bot again with multiple subbots. Our
Mm-hmm.
folder name would be, let's say, bot development one. Create folder. Only reason I created that folder is so that it would be easier to look at what are the bot files for this particular bot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now I will create a folder. Oh, sorry, create a task bot. Let's say take input and create. So the only work of this task bot should be to take input from the user, which will be of
Mm-hmm.
type string,
Mm-hmm.
convert into a number,
Mm-hmm.
and give it as an output.
Okay.
That is the only task. So this time I am gonna build it in the list view. So
Hmm.
again, to get your input from the user, we have got prompt. So for that, I will take a prompt for value,
Mm-hmm.
drag it over here.
Okay.
Caption is input, enter a number value,
Okay.
and I need to create a variable. So variable is string
So,
user input.
do we have different arguments and variables in Automation Anywhere?
Yes. So
Okay.
it's like if you want to give an out argument, that also we need, that is all dependent on the variables when you create it, you
Okay.
define it.
Okay.
So like it's we're gonna do that. We will create a variable. Now
Uh-huh.
here you see users input, users output,
Okay.
constant read only.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
now I need a number type variable.
Okay.
Let's see num uh, input number. I guess it was users input and create, and then I need to click on assign and go back to number over here. Again, I cannot directly mention my string variable, so I
Okay.
will have to use string underscore user input, then put a dot, and it will give you options. So for string, the package task what? I will see this run command and drag it. Now here I have got three options: control room file, variable, or current task what. So it should be current room file. Choose. So it's all this browse. Now I can see all these folders and select first is take input. Choose. Now it is saying input value as set. So okay. So instead of initially I took that intake input as input data type, it should be as an output one. It's like Bajrang is on meditation.
No, I'm actually looking at the message. ISO edit says that I am on mute for 1 or 2 minutes, the time that I have spoke with you, and they were not able to hear me. So I was just asking whether are you able to hear me or not. So
Oh,
this live streams goes like this. You need to be ready for all the technical difficulties one person gets to handle. Okay.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, so I am back to the first bot that we
Mm.
created,
Okay.
taking input
Mm-hmm.
to reconfigure one thing.
Okay.
Initially, I took put this as used as input over here.
Okay. Okay.
So this is the when this bot needs an input.
Uh-huh.
This is your in argument. So
Yes.
instead, this should be as user's output
Okay.
because this bot is going to give us this as a output variable
Okay.
update. Now going back to the master bot, take input. Now this bot has no input values, but if I scroll down and again move Bajrang somewhere.
Oh. No, no. My view is different, so you can just go ahead.
No, I cannot see what is in between me and you. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so if I have multiple variables uh, moving in and out, I can
Mm.
use an simple approach like
Mm.
create variable for each one. I can
Mm.
get an add variable mapping,
Yeah.
choose a key,
Mm-hmm.
num input number,
Mm-hmm.
and map to which variable.
Mm.
I can name it.
Okay.
Else, I can create a dictionary, and whatever variables are which are coming as an output
Huh.
will be like those variable names would be the your key.
Okay. Understood.
So over here, what I'm going to do, this taskbar, if you see add variable mapping,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it is giving me a key num input number,
Yep.
which we created in the task take input variable taskbar.
Okay.
So let's go to the variables panel and create a new variable.
One thing that I have also observed in Automation Anywhere is there are multiple runs. So if you just go to activities, actions, and
Yes,
if you
I got your
just
point.
search
If you
for,
search run,
yes, there is
there's different type of runs, right?
exactly, and that especially in taskbar there are multiple other pointers. Um, yeah, V11
Like
taskbot, taskbot. So what is the difference between V11 taskbot and what is taskbot?
okay, just as I mentioned, talked out earlier about the
Mm,
treasure
mm,
V11 that we lost.
mm.
So that was a very sad day for me. But automation 360 is like because many people are still using V11,
Yes,
so they have made this. Yeah, you cannot not everyone can just directly jump from a tool to another directly or just on the next day. So
exactly.
they have provided the facility that even if your bots are still in V11,
Mm.
so you can use this run command and it will run those files only.
So,
ATM those files had an
mm,
extension called .atmx,
okay.
and at the time we have got these three type of bots:
Uh-huh.
.atmx,
Okay.
which is your task bot;
Okay.
.mbot, which is your sorry .mtx, I guess that
Uh,
is your meta bots,
okay.
and then your IQ bots again.
Okay. So,
So this run is for that.
mm-hmm.
Even automation 360, there is a command just for migration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, migrate legacy bots, update your bot,
Okay.
because
Mm. Any kind of
to
migrations
convert your
because that cannot be used in future. And automation anywhere don't
yes,
want use don't want to have it as a dependency in future. They are
yeah.
using it. Understood.
So it will help you to migrate your V11 code into automation 360.
Okay.
So have I created the variable? No, I have not created the variable.
Yes.
Okay. So I will just create a number variable now.
Mm-hmm.
Say num user input, and I'm not gonna put anything users input or output because this will be a variable for that main this main bot.
Yeah.
And now add variable mapping. The variable that is coming as an output is my key,
Mm-hmm.
and my out current variable is the actual value. So this is mapped. Now I need to again call the run task command, which is in the task bot. Drag it over here, select the file, the condition one, choose. Now here input value is coming, which I need to give to the this bot. So select it and then pass the variable. So I can just press F2, use the num user input. Yes, insert it. There is this is the repetition is how many times you want to run this particular taskbot file. So this is
Oh,
your loop condition which is integrated in this
okay.
delay between repetitions, and
Mm.
what do we do if any kind of error is coming.
Okay. So error
Okay,
handling is in place
no
of
no
the activity.
not error handling. This is
Okay.
more like continue on error.
Okay.
If this workflow is failed,
Okay.
don't stop, just
Don't
move
stop.
on to the next one.
Okay. And you can
Okay.
execute this as many times as you want.
Yes, you can run this as many times as you want using this
Uh-huh.
repetition.
Okay. Repeat 10 times until stopped by a user. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you are having something called while loop and like
Mm-hmm.
while or a loop condition, inside that if you have added this task bot, okay, that is a normal approach. Okay, you will have a while
Normal
loop,
approach.
normal approach. Now, how can you break this one? For example, I need to
Okay.
check or I need to verify something and only then continue.
No, no, like over here it's mentioned.
Repeat and then.
Repeat n times.
Okay.
So that is going. You are if I select it, it is taking me an input
Hmm.
while certain counter will be in place in the background. That this many times only this bot will be executed.
And can I change the input user input like num user input while the
This.
nums are changing? For example, now you have
Mhm.
8 times. You have invoked 8 times.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now
Yes.
can I update
Maybe
you num user input?
based on the number of execution during runtime. You are saying, right?
Exactly. So for the first time, I need one. Second time, the counter variable
Mm-hmm.
should be like in a user input should be incremented by one. So it's the number should be two.
Yes, I got your point.
Uh,
I'm not sure about that because
okay.
what is happening? This is in the back end, this is integrated.
Okay.
Now, if we run this bot, so
Hmm.
this file would be executing.
Hmm.
So bot will never come back to this control to update this value.
Okay.
Maybe there is a way that what we can do.
Either
We
you
can
need to
create an
write it
output
inside.
variable
Okay. Okay. Understood.
out of this, and
Uh-huh.
once that output variable comes over here, that we are using over here, something like that we can maybe integrate.
Okay, so you get an output variable, again increment that output variable to 1 and then use it as
Yeah,
an input variable. So there is no in
for
and
this one.
out argument available for automation anywhere. Either
No,
it
that
can
is what
be
I'm saying. That
in,
is the in and out that I'm saying. So
okay,
like over here, I
uh-huh,
go to variables,
okay,
add a variable. Now I
uh-huh.
will just say users input, users output.
Okay, you can use it as both. If you want to just check it,
Yes.
okay, done, 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 understood. Okay.
So for now, just do not repeat
Mm-hmm.
and save, and let's see how it works.
And you need to be patient enough to run automation anywhere in the beginning. Okay. The reason why I'm
Yeah,
saying that
now
is
it is downloading 7 MB file.
7 MB file. The
And
more code you
in
write, the more values it gets added
yes,
up. Mm, yeah.
and in case if now it's 2022 we are living in, so almost everyone has a good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
But if I just share my sad story, when I started learning this in 2019, I didn't had a good Wi-Fi like right now.
Okay.
So it used to consume all of my internet.
Okay.
And my what I choose to do, I would go to my college, use
Okay.
their LAN, and then make any transport that I want. Because I know when I
uh,
reach home, this is gonna take all of my net.
exactly. True.
So now it is again asking for a value.
Mm.
Let's type 14.
Mm-hmm.
Click on OK. It says greater than 10. So
Okay.
this is the second task force that is running.
Okay.
Close it. And
Okay.
that.
Done. So it's
Okay.
as simple as creating variables, but after creating variables, you just need to assign them into task
In
bot run.
uses input, output,
Yeah,
and which you want to pass. So
exactly.
that is like normal in any kind of tool that you would use.
Exactly.
And there, it's just that in automation anyway, you have got multiple things which have been integrated for you.
Yes,
But so you just need to come and follow the path which has been laid down in front of you.
exactly.
Follow that red carpet.
So unlearn to learn properly.
Yes, definitely. Because if
Good.
you come with your whole knowledge, you will see,
Uh,
hey, why not we can do this? Because we have got so many things you can do in line in one statement.
exactly. True. So,
And uh, that is one thing because when I jumped first time
hmm,
and I got this, I need to do multiple conversions
yeah,
because whenever you are developing, it's not like you just need string variables, just numbers. You need a conversion of them for
exactly.
multiple conditions.
Exactly.
So when I got to learn about this inline conversion, that was the moment I felt blessed that finally I don't need to put each and every command like I'm taking user string input.
Okay.
Then again, I need a string command to concatenate them,
Hmm.
split them.
Hmm.
To do anything, you cannot just put them in an assign activity.
So
This is for all the UiPath developers.
one approach that I'm seeing now is UiPath, not UiPath, specifically automation and Power Automate specifically.
Mm-hmm.
If you have developed with Power Automate, and this is
Yes,
the similar approach that you see in Power Automate as well.
yeah,
And to my surprise, our, we are having UiPath Web that's coming in next iteration, and
yes,
we may see something similar with UiPath Web as well. So if you
yes,
are
I have seen
asking
that.
on that perspective, automation anywhere is way ahead, and they have seen all the roadblocks, what happened and how can you change them. And other tools are learning new because with the technical stack on with that activities right now that they are developing in, so they are moving towards web, they are building cloud centric development altogether. I think we need to see how far they can go since automation anywhere
Yeah,
is in place.
automation anyway is only far ahead
uh,
because I would say it's not just it just came and started working. That's not what happened with automation anyway. It came,
yes,
struggled.
exactly.
There was a time I knew if someone would say make an automation and make sure that it fails the first time, I
Oh.
would have used automation anyway because I know that it is developing and we are the R&D developers, all
Yes,
the users.
yes.
So I have seen it start building from scratch. And yeah, but now automation anywhere is very highly stable as
Okay.
what it was at 2019.
Okay.
Because right now my bots are running. I can see it.
Okay. So you are
So
an
now
automation anywhere developer specifically, or UiPath developer?
I am a UiPath developer,
Okay.
but I have been developing robots in automation anywhere as well.
Okay.
The reason I am attached with automation anywhere is somewhere like I had an opportunity during my college days. I
Hmm.
was an ambassador for automation anywhere.
Oh, great.
And
Okay.
at that time I have went to their office. I have communicated with them, got a training from automation anywhere officials.
Okay.
So that was one way I was connected with them.
Okay.
And during college I was like, okay, I won't go for just automation anywhere or just UiPath. Let's take two bazookas, and whatever comes through I will just choose which weapon I need to use.
Exactly, exactly. Understandable. Understandable the scenarios, and understandable the jump that you are taking while learning new things and starting everything from scratch, even from college.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure that I have been a part of. I've seen your career growth. I started seeing your profile when you are a student. I started seeing your profile when you are attending few meetups, and you're posting that this is the meetup that I have attended, and then you have created your own channel, and you have a healthy 800 subscribers right now who are eagerly waiting and watching for your content. See, this is kind of niche audience that you have. And when you have this niche audience, it will always be better to create content for them. Even if you ask me, like, I created some generic random shit in the beginning of my career, and I'm sure you might have seen in some of my posts, I started deleting, like, I have deleted some 50 to 60 videos on one. I sat down, okay, my content is not being watched. Why is it so? I sat and checked with all the details, and I deleted 50 to 60 videos with my own hands, which I have created, and I will not regret about it. The reason is it's out of date, and there is no use. Even if someone comes in and sees, there is no use. And people like you who create new things like on day basis, you are like, okay, this is what we need to create now. This is the content that we need to create now. That from you guys is what I am learning, and I'm trying to build in new content for the people. So thank you so much for doing it for the members, and for all the people who are doing it, who are in live now. They actually can relate with your journey as well.
That was a nice guidance. I will look into my channel now to tomorrow. That's the task. Because I know there are some videos,
uh,
people comes to me, hey,
yes,
what is about this bot? Can I get it? And I'm like, man, I built it way, way back.
yes.
There was one LinkedIn scrapper I had. I've got multiple mails for that.
Hmm.
Can I get this bot? I
Hmm.
need it. And
Hmm.
I'm like, sorry, man, LinkedIn has changed its UI. Now that
Exactly.
bot is no more in action.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay,
Yes, let's get started. So
with
we'll use last 10 minutes or 15 minutes of our time,
mhm.
and we'll just get started. Maybe we can go with vajrang.org, and we'll start, rather than we'll just like scrape a table. We'll just scrape a table, and we'll add it to Excel. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. If you are doing it in UiPath, I can do it in 3 minutes or 4 minutes. How much time does it take here?
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah.
So first I will just create the bot before going for that.
Yes.
Vajrang bot one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice idea for a new playlist. I create all the bots of your website using automation. Anywhere a new playlist would be created. Thanks.
Super. And there is
So,
a tough use case as well. You need to crack it. Let's see if you can crack it. There is a timer, and that people were able to do it only within 1 minute or 60 seconds.
oh,
If you are able to crack it within
oh.
less than that, seems to be great. The problem over here is the data gets loaded only after every 3 seconds or 4 seconds. That's random data
Mhm.
generating. So either you need to wait, or you need to dynamically work on it. So this is login validator. You can go with this one, or there is also one more thing on the trainings part. Click on trainings, and you can see something
Okay.
else. And by the way, wait,
Um,
can you see the data getting updated dynamically?
yes, I saw it earlier and I was confused
Uh-huh.
because first I went through a mobile I saw and I
Uh,
saw what is happening.
yeah.
Data is coming one by one.
Yes.
But when I logged in through laptop, what
Yes.
happened? I was able to see the whole data altogether at first moment.
Exactly.
Then I was like, maybe my internet was slow. Now this is interesting.
Okay. So the data will be generated automatically. Now the task is how fast you can do it. You must be
Mhm.
dependent on the data. You cannot get all the data at once. And by the
Are
way,
you sure?
yeah, of course, go ahead and try. If you want to go ahead and give it
No.
a try, go ahead and give it a try. No problem. We can use the same use case. Let's give it as a challenge.
Uh, no. I will take it as tomorrow because I know sometimes what it is in backend it is something like some kind of timer is there based on that hidden content is being shown, right?
Yes.
Content is being visible and
Okay.
after every time.
Yes.
So still that content is still there in the website. If
Ah,
you
okay,
go
okay.
with the
Let's not go, or let's not go to that level. Let's do it. This is a challenge for you now. Okay, there is okay. Even if Piyush is not able to do it, even if Piyush is able to do it, there is nothing yes wrong, or nothing right. So we are just checking on how automation anywhere. We are giving a test for the tool, not for Piyush.
okay.
Okay, now Piyush is checking.
So
So
let's see.
I'll be a commentator. It's interesting.
Okay. So
Yep.
I'm just using a recorder tool over here
Okay.
and I will just select the window.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is the window, right?
Yeah,
No,
experience.
no, 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 not this one. This is the Microsoft Edge right now, which is showing.
Exactly.
So this is one thing we need to make sure for automation anywhere,
Mm.
your window title is very crucial
Okay.
initially.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, you can of course put it as a wildcard and
Mm.
do it editing so that
Mm.
it is becomes dynamic.
Okay.
But initially, it's really important. So you can click on this refresh button,
Mm-hmm.
and it will start showing which windows are open at the moment.
Okay.
So on Chrome, which we have, let me just check. So I have not opened it. Okay, give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I will open it here first. The only reason I'm taking it to Chrome is just habit. Like I have made it mandatory for myself in mind that any automation that you do, Piyush, go to Chrome. Chrome
Oh,
is your
okay.
playground.
Okay.
Edge is your personal play. Go for professional things only for Edge.
Okay.
So I will just remove this. No need of Edge now anymore. Yeah. And now I need to click on refresh so that it starts showing me all the screens.
Mm-hmm.
Now see, it is showing me experience
Mm-hmm.
Google Chrome.
Okay.
Now let's click on Universal Recorder
Mm-hmm.
and see what it can do. Click the object you want to automate. So let's say I'm, wow, where is it showing this table? Okay, so let's see if I just select this
Okay.
and now finish. Going back, it is taking that object in the
Yes.
background.
And one
What?
thing I have also observed is while recording, you need to, there are multiple record things available. If it is table, it will have different options. If it is just a text box, it will have different options. And if it is
Yes.
an input box, it's a different options. So if you are using table and if robot is able to extract table specifically, then it will show you options like for each row in data table and for
Mm-hmm.
each column. So this is what I have observed while developing this one. So peculiarly you need to select that particular element. If you are not selecting that, then table will not be
It
shown.
is,
Table will not be shown.
yes.
Yes.
Like right now, you can see it chose whatever it from the image. If we see,
Mm.
it looks like it chose an table.
Yep.
Okay, but if I see its object properties,
Mm-hmm.
the control type is a text box.
Exactly.
So what it is giving me, just if I want some kind of property, type into the text box,
Mm.
click on it, and there is nothing else in that this. So let's recapture it once.
Yep.
See, once again. This time I'm taking whatever is coming in background and see what it gives me. Now this is the HTML frame that you are using, and it is giving me just an inner option. Wow.
So this is simple, by the way. Well,
What?
I tried to work with automation anywhere on this particular use case, and
Okay.
I need to move my cursor inch by inch to select that particular table.
Okay.
And by the way, do we have anything with respect to like object browser or anything which views me or shows me all the objects in the particular website, like
Not
table,
now.
object
I,
tree?
I know what you're trying to say. Basically,
Yes,
you are trying to
object tree.
say that new feature with UiPath that came. You can simply all the
No,
objects
no,
that are
no,
available in your
no.
screen comes
Specifically,
into
I'm
object
talking about
repository.
UI Explorer, UiPath Explorer,
Okay.
where you can select all the paths. Do we have something like this for automation anywhere?
No, no, no.
Okay, not.
In automation anywhere, it's
Mm,
more about DOM path. So
okay,
the
XPath.
general approach is
Okay.
first select that field and then check the element,
Mm,
or directly go onto the website, inspect it, and figure out that DOM path for that particular element.
no, great. Okay, understood.
So according to you, I should just scroll little by little. I can see it over here right now. This field is coming, but this itself it was taking as a you know text type.
Yeah. So if you uh, move your cursor to that corner result border,
Okay.
You need to move a bit inside. So guys who
Oh,
are watching online, this is the challenge for you. With UiPath, of course, it is easy because it's you are able
yeah.
to get it using UiPath Explorer. But if you are using any other tool, then this is the hardship that you will face in live environments as well. This will
Yes.
be the thing in your live environment as well, not only specifically with this tool. But yeah, let's see if.
I was like, if
Hmm,
I get this in
hmm,
what I would have done without
hmm,
not on live,
hmm.
simply open the UiPath, go
Okay,
to your Explorer,
okay.
and figure out that hierarchy tree.
Okay,
What is in the
if you
background?
want to use that, then you can just press F12 and get into the DOM path,
Yeah,
right?
inspect. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
Uh,
that is a little bit different from
okay,
when it is in UiPath.
okay,
Things are very much easy.
okay.
You can just
Let's use it. Why not? Why not? Let's use it.
oh, okay.
UiPath Explorer. We'll relay back with UiPath Explorer and come back to Automation Anywhere. See chat. Okay.
And while it's
Just a second. You can continue. I need to get the fresh
okay,
to prepare, please.
while it's coming, I will just try to recapture it while UiPath is opening. And if you have this feature, just let me use it. Why giving me an error? What? Okay, let's say I want to go to application, previously selected, and then capture object. Let's try with something different.
Okay. Were you able to do it?
I don't know. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
No, still a text box.
Yep.
So
It will be.
font of use. What?
Like I have wrapped the div inside a text box.
So now let's see what is in the text box actually coming
Yeah.
before moving further.
Yes, you can do that.
Let's see. Get property. What kind of property I can use? Does it have anything value in it? Value is there. What is in this? No, this is useless. Hmm. So I cannot use a property. It is not giving me a value. Get tags, appendix. None of these is useful. All of these are useless.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's try another way.
Hmm. Okay. So if we are not able to do it within next 1 minute, what we will do is we'll go
Okay.
with a other URL. There you will get a table and things will be much more faster over there.
Okay. Great.
So if you are not able to find the DOM element, then it's a tougher part over here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's more like the self-dependent. It is not giving you that
Hmm.
option
Yep.
to
Yep.
explore it more well.
Yep.
Again, it just took it as a text box. So it will be really difficult. You
Okay.
need to figure out at which point it will give you the required table one.
Exactly. So let's go back. Can you navigate to um, on the top you
Okay,
have
to the projects.
yeah, so trainings and then challenges.
And yes,
Okay, go for table data table scraping. This is simple data table scraping. If you want
this
to
one.
just, yeah, you can go with that.
Okay, I think I have seen this one.
Yeah.
This is the text one, right? Split it by.
No, this is a table. That's
No.
a pure data table. That's it.
Okay, okay.
You can just select.
That should be easy. At least, hey, automation anywhere,
I
make it easy
suspect.
for us.
I suspect.
That's why I'm saying to automation anywhere.
Through automation
Please make
anywhere.
it easy for us. Yeah, it's like if thing is easy,
Yeah.
automation anywhere will make it at least a little bit moderate difficult for you,
Okay.
even if it is easy.
Okay.
So let's see if it is able to detect it because currently it seems like it's the same. Finish. We
I
have made it an iframe again.
Yes. So can't you just go through iframe and then select the DOMX path? Can't you change it?
You mean to change the domex path manually, right?
Exactly.
So I will have to inspect that right over here.
Yep. That's right.
Let's see.
Go for the
So
table.
for
There
a
is a table. Yeah.
1 second. Let's minimize this. How can I remove this one? The
Um,
below tab?
just scroll
I
down or
need
keep.
to remove this. No, no. Basically, I want to extend this one.
Yeah. Yes. That's.
Let's.
Uh,
I know. So basically, this table,
yes.
and then copy the domains path. Let's
Copy
copy
X
the
path.
full X path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's change it and
Yes.
see what it does. Right now, it won't give me that.
I suspect it will do. So what you need to do is
Yeah.
you need to first add the iframe, and inside iframe you need to add a slash and then HTML, because iframe itself is a HTML document.
So you mean it's a iframe
No, no.
slash.
Just press Control Z. Control Z. Let's go back. Control A.
Okay.
Just Control Z to
1 second.
get back that complete iframe that we got while we are scraping.
Let's just
Yeah.
select it.
Yeah. Just select that one. Okay. I think I need to keep some static values in for people to work on. So again, this is a kind of API call that's getting generated. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever a new request comes in, that's when things are happening. So you have in the DOM frame, you have you navigated till iframe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. After iframe, just keep a slash and then add the copy text or the DOM element that you have added, copied.
1 second. So basically, you mean in the frame domex path
Mm.
after iframe it should come. But
Yeah.
okay, after this iframe, I
Yes.
should
Just add a
paste
slash.
that
Exactly.
slash html.
Yes.
But there should be only single slash, right?
Of course, there will be single slash.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay.
But now the
Mm-hmm.
point is, if
That should
it
be a
is
table.
going to, yeah, dynamically if it is going to take it or not, because see,
Yeah.
by default it is just taking it as a
Can we change
iframe
the
only.
HTML tag to
Let's,
table?
yeah, let's try that. But we need to change the domex path as well then.
Okay.
Um,
We can.
let's take it
Okay.
from here,
So there is lot
copy.
of relearning. We need to check it out, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So see, this is the, I guess, domex path we have
Exactly.
for the table.
Yep.
So this should be value over here. But then,
It will not pick it up from the parent.
iframe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So that could be a problem.
Okay.
But anyway, let's see. Still, the control type is iframe,
Okay.
HTML ID. So
Okay.
maybe I can just remove these things. HTML ID I don't want. I
Yeah.
don't want anything which is related to iframe.
Okay.
Control type I cannot
So
change
I'm just
that.
checking on how many members are on live, checking with the live execution.
Oh, I think most of them are gone now.
No,
Five
no,
members
we
are
have
there.
we have new more members, so that's fine. Let's just see.
So I guess within the iframe it
Hmm.
is not taking,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you see, if you, the option that you have is of left click only,
Yep.
you cannot go for that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
So what else can we do
We
as
cannot do
frame
anything. I
form?
understand. I understand because
Yeah.
I understand with the use case itself. I have designed it in such a way that it will not be easy because you
Okay.
have tons of websites that are easy for use. Use it.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn something like scratch your head and get things done, try to use it. Maybe
And
you will be able
things
to.
with iframe
Hmm.
is really interesting. Like in, I have seen in production,
Hmm.
the best thing about when iframe comes across you,
Hmm.
you cannot create an API out of it.
Exactly.
In general, we have the idea you can simply go for any UI if it is taking data from backend, create its
Yes.
API and do a background automation.
Yes.
But when iframe comes in action, man, you are lost. You cannot do the API work.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can go for the automation using UiPath,
Yes.
but always background automation wins over the front end automation.
True. That's
So
absolutely true.
you cannot do that. And
Exactly.
best thing with iframe is if
Hmm.
you really want to automate,
Hmm.
just directly connect with the database which is in backend and
Exactly.
grab your data from it. Contact the DB administrator. Hey, give me the database details.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, so let's close our meeting for now.
Yeah.
We have last 2 minutes, so let's just see if we have any questions that's coming in. Moreover, we'll have only 5 concurrent or 8 concurrent viewers. So, guys, if you are having any questions, just go ahead and ask on the questions. And if you we'll wait for 2 more minutes to get the questions answered to check with the questions. And if there are no questions, we'll just get disconnected from the meeting, and we'll see in the next live session that will happen on every I'm trying to create some series on live sessions on every Saturday or so. Depends on the speaker availability. So since Piyush was available and he need to do a lot of traveling and then come back live, thank you so much, Piyush, for joining and doing live for us. um, if you want to get more sessions out of Piyush, just comment out in this comment box. I will request Piyush to see the comments and then come back live with us, at least in your channel, so that we'll get to see more content from you.
Definitely.
Yes.
Uh, so guys, any questions you have? Let's
Okay.
put it in the comments.
So we have Ian, I guess, Jian. Jian, if I pronounce your name correct, just reply back. If not, just reply back with your name. It's iOS edit. How the trail version of AA is it the same as UiPath, or is there some sort of limitation? There are a lot of limitations with respect to automation anywhere. But I would like Piyush to
Yes.
answer this specifically. So, what is the limitation, Piyush?
Uh, sorry. So the question is basically like the limitations in
Hmm.
automation anywhere as compared to UiPath, right?
Yes, correct. You, yes,
Okay.
correct.
So various like the first one that I felt was with data types,
Hmm.
because the limitations that it gives restricts the kind of automations that I can do.
Hmm.
Like if I take an example from UiPath,
Hmm.
for enumerable, I have got multiple data types. It could
Yep.
be an enumerable, it could be a list, it could be a string array, it could be an integer array, it could be anything. Any
Yes.
kind of enumerable I can make. But now if we talk about variables over here and go for an iteration point, what I have is nothing.
Hmm.
So for iterating over here, the only way for me is to use a loop, and based on the loop only, it will work. Let's say a loop I will create, put it over here, and for the iterators, I have got the list if I want to iterate over an Excel, over a file, over a list, but it is not giving me that enumerable option,
Yep.
which is really useful. The second thing is this subcategory. So if you want to utilize, when you are, if you are from a developer, like if I say for me, I am that coding type of guy who loves to do a lot of coding. So I prefer more if I can do more stuff within a single line. So in general, I would prefer using an in-life if conditions inline. Whereas in here, if you want to do that, it's more tricky. It's not very simple. So the simplest thing over here would be to, you know, drag and drop if and else conditions only. Just the if commands. So that is the pretty much bad that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third thing is the frameworks. Like in automation anywhere, you don't have a framework with you and a pre-built template. So if you want to work on things, it's more like a top-down approach that is being followed.
Yep.
Like for example, anything happens, you put a try catch, and in the exception there is only one exception, system not exception, nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yes.
It's either wrong or nothing. It's just, and it will not tell you what is the error. But if you, yeah, sorry, that's a really horrible mistake I did, Vajrang. If for all the new beginners, whenever you face any problem, this tool will give you, hey, there is an error, please contact your system administrator. Don't get frustrated,
Yes.
just
Yes.
try to recheck your code. There are only two possibilities, either your logic is incorrect or there is some connection error, but just you will never know the
See,
exact problem.
the worst part that I faced initially was I'm trying to add new users into the control room.
Control room.
I am limited. Like I cannot do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
seeing where the hell this admin came from into my domain. If I'm not the admin, who is the admin for this one? If the URL itself is mine, and if I'm giving if I'm given the credentials from Automation Anywhere, I should be the admin for that particular, at least the domain, subdomain that they are giving us.
So it's more like there is a this is just like your iframe. I
Yes.
can explain. I would explain that there is an iframe.
Yeah.
Inside that there are two things:
Yes.
a private and a
Yes.
public.
Yes. Yes.
Now you are that private one. You
Yeah.
have something, some limitations. You cannot even, if I create a bot, I cannot share it with you.
True.
That's limit. I personally I thought maybe that is a one security reason good that any company would hire use automation anywhere for, because
Yes.
their developers cannot put anything out of their repository. That is strictly prohibited, strictly restricted. And that is one reason only of security wise this is good, but from a open source community wise this feels bad, because if someone wants help to make some component,
Yeah.
I will have to connect with him and develop it on his system.
Yeah.
I cannot create and share it with them.
Exactly.
So that is a public private approach.
Hmm.
And now because of this only, the main administrator, you are not that, you are the administrator of your control room.
No,
You
no.
can do
I,
things
I
but
am I am not the
restricted.
administrator for my control room also. I cannot add anything. So even if you see that setting symbol that that's there for
Users.
you, users and
Yeah,
admin,
limited one.
you don't have
That,
anything else. Like
yeah,
you just have users and you are the only
just
user.
users. You are the only users.
No more
So
users.
it's like the in UiPath we have got the tenant feature, right?
Exactly.
So a tenant has been created for you.
Exactly.
Use it.
Exactly.
You cannot go on adding more people to your tenant and so it's like from money perspective, if I see
Hmm.
automation analyst says that, hey, I have given this tool not for your business, for your learning, so just use it for yourself. That's the bad
Automation
thing.
anywhere. Pointers to
Please
you.
provide.
Please. Please.
Open
Because
our hands.
like if you are a developer and if you want to see what's there in the world, you need to have that feel. Until and unless, even
Yes.
having so much with UiPath, people still struggle to understand what is tenant and what is different environments.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have got role management, license management.
Absolutely.
So, and those things being available with the developer only upskill them and let them utilize it more properly.
Exactly. Exactly. True.
So now, this is one thing I personally feel like if a person, any company wants to use automation anywhere, they would
Hmm.
really need some skillful resources.
Correct.
Now, how a person will be skilled if he cannot learn in the playground? he will be directly jumping onto the mainstream and directly seeing in the production, oh, I have got this. Now, how
Yes,
does it work?
exactly.
He does not have a playground.
And one more thing that can happen is, see, normally all the members who are moving to RPA field, you accept it or not, they are not into automation field.
Hmm.
But they started learning the things and they are saying that, okay, I have 6 months to 1 year of experience, and they are grabbing the job. Okay,
Okay.
till then that's fine. But after that, that's when things gets bonkers, because you will not see the same things what you have in the community version. You will have a lot many tools and things to check and review. Like if there are settings, and if someone asks you to assign a user, and if you don't
Hmm.
find that options, even I think the community itself, you will not have specific answer for a specific question if you're going with this approach. Is it right? For
I
example, okay,
think I'm
you
not following the question.
now there are settings option.
Hmm.
Now in an organization you need to give the role to a separate person, but that's not available for me. I
Hmm.
cannot I cannot use it. I cannot
Yes, you
get the
cannot use it.
live feel of what exactly it is. Now you went into an organization as a developer or as an admin. Now someone is
Hmm.
asking you, you have the experience, so you need to do this. Neither you will have a
Okay.
material nor you will have the support.
Now, Vajrang, let's take this question.
uh,
How a developer will go for this one? Because the audience will have this in actual life.
hmm,
So the best thing, even when you are working with automation anywhere and you want to go for the certifications,
hmm,
I'm saying this front out. Uh, the courses which are on university.automationanywhere.com will not help you to crack those certifications.
yep,
That is the hard truth. I have gone through them twice or thrice
hmm,
and I have failed.
hmm,
Then I found the real way to learn about this.
hmm,
So the best place where everything you will find about automation anywhere is documentation.
okay.
So just search documentation, automation anywhere.
Let me just change the screen share. Yeah.
Is my screen? I think my screen is not visible on that.
No, I've changed it now. Go ahead.
Okay. So this is the place docs.automationanywhere.com,
Hmm.
and let me just click on this. This is the treasury from where you can learn about. Now the only difficult part is here you don't have a learning path set for you. So
Okay.
for a beginner's perspective, it would be like what I need to do, what I need to learn. I don't really know things. So for that, university.automationanywhere.com, go through the learning path. But once you are like, I really want to go deep dive, understand it properly, each everything. I want to clear the certification. This is your place. You will find each and everything in depth, and you will get to learn. So let's say let's search for license, what it has. So it has 441 results, and over here you will find the results for the community edition V11 and automation 360 license,
Okay.
about both of them.
Okay.
Because still in companies, in organizations, they are using V11, still it's there
Okay.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say for automation 360 license, it will tell you about the different kind of licenses, like
Mm.
bot creator license, which is you use to create any bot. Then bot runner, just this is
Execute.
your
Robot.
execute, just execute.
Yep. Execute
Then
mode.
you have got now unattended, and now these licenses have increased. Initially in 2019, there were, when I was started using this, there were only two licenses:
Yep.
bot runner license and bot creator license. And you can only have one license at a moment.
Okay.
So these are the license management, and you will, when you go for certification, portions will be in depth, scenario based, just like you asked.
Yep.
That if go for that real time scenario, and you need to add a user with certain specific permissions,
Yep.
and the permission labels will be really very complicated for the server setting it up.
Hmm.
Have uh, right now, these things are not on tips on my hands for this documentation. because it has been a long time since I was really active with automation anywhere.
Okay.
But 2 years back, I was like, I wanted to crack that certification, so
Hmm.
for V11.
Hmm.
So the complete document docs.automationanywhere.com was something I just mixed with the milk and drank it up whole. And that was the only solution to cracking that exam.
Okay. Understood.
And here you will find everything over here.
Okay.
And then for the community, like community is one place you can ask questions. It's a small community. So that also you have, that is called a people community.
Yeah.
This is the place where you can interact with people,
Hmm.
get more understanding about your questions, your queries can be solved.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about this as compared to UiPath
Hmm.
is their mobile app version.
Oh.
Like on
Okay.
mobile, just like Instagram, LinkedIn, I can use a people community app
Okay.
and ask my doubts, contact them.
Okay.
Here you can see Mika Smith, the best person in Automation Anywhere community.
Okay.
Uh, his videos are awesome. You can check it out on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you get stuck, you would be like just a 10-15 seconds video from Mika would be there to come as your solution.
I've seen it, and this is really good.
Yeah.
And I think Automation Anywhere learning plan also has his videos linked up.
Learning plan, maybe.
For example, if I go to some document, in that document there
Mhm.
is this video of his video, and that's how he is
Yeah.
explaining. I've seen his videos; they are really good.
Oh, that would be on the new page that was created for the
Okay,
developers.
okay, got it.
I don't really remember because there was a new page which was for developer connection. So
Mm-hmm.
in that, more about the latest post, latest content that is
Mm.
coming comes on that page only.
Okay, understood.
So
Fine.
for this one, you will just find all the topics and everything. This is your go-to place, forum
Mm.
place where you
Okay,
can ask for questions.
okay, understood. Okay. So many URLs. So what I suggest is after the live, just list down 4 5 URLs and just add them into the comment. I will add them to the description so that people can go ahead and check with the URLs that they can do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So any more questions? If there is a question like will A be same as Power Automate? More or less, if you are starting, then it will be same. But if once you go in depth with the tool, then things will be much more different. So you need to learn multiple tools now. And since Power Automate Desktop is in each and every Windows 11 machine
Great.
right now,
Three.
it's for free for you to sit and start and development.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that there can be a traction for Power Automate Desktop and Power Automate. Let's just see. Anyhow, that's coming up with the license, but that the license fees is also $12 or $14 per user license. So we don't know how things will move forward. Let's just see. Let's go on with the
But
flow.
with Power Automate, I felt that
Yeah,
again some restrictions with me that
yeah.
only Microsoft.
Of course, that's right.
Yeah, because this is
That's
a
right.
Microsoft tool.
That's right. So if you already having that Azure stack, or if you are already having that
Yeah,
complete stack in place, then it makes sense. But it will take longer time for Microsoft. It's not as easy because the struggle is already being taken by UiPath, Automation Anywhere, and they have led the path. Now, if they want to travel in it, they just need to be very like they need to invest huge on with the development tools that they are giving out, because they recently launched data table activities, like 5 data table activities in Power Automate. But
okay.
that should be the initial things that they need to do.
Yes,
Okay,
data
so
table is something just
like
basic.
yeah, till now we need to create a loop, and in that loop you need to add sub loop, and you need to iterate first with the row, then with the columns, and then with all the values. This is how the Power Automate is. Okay, now they have
Okay,
added data
the
table
data
activities.
tables.
So again, so this is not how quickly we are expecting Power Automate to be in.
How about having Excel installed? Because that
Mm.
is a very challenging part in it. our complete place. Like most of the students, you would see,
uh,
they won't even have Microsoft Excel license,
okay.
so that
So what
creates a
they need
problem.
to do is, yeah. So then if you're going with Microsoft Stack, then you need to use Microsoft Online, and you need to work with Excel. But even then, you need to have you must have the enterprise license for Microsoft also. No other
Okay,
way.
that is
No other way.
yeah. So let's put again in automation anywhere, guys. If you are stuck with the license issue,
Mm,
go with Excel basics.
exactly.
Like I really liked when Automation 360 came,
Mm,
because at the time I didn't had a license,
yes.
and with V11 it was an issue. If you
Yes.
don't have an Excel installed, proper
Yes.
license,
Yes.
and if you this is just a very interesting thing that I saw 2 years back.
Mm,
If you have that license, we copy a license.
yep.
I don't know the proper term for that.
Uh-huh.
So V11, what it will revoke that license from your system if it is not proper.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys are fortunate now if you are learning that V11 is no more. So if your Excel is not properly installed,
Yes.
it will remain safe.
Yes. You are using a DLL basically. An Excel DLL will be used in the instead of an
Yeah.
Excel.
Yes.
Okay, so we still have viewers, concurrent viewers. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for staying in and for connecting with us. The viewers graph is up, down, and again it's up now. So thank you so much for viewing us. This is Vajrang, and you can check more details at vajrang.org. And we have Piyush as your speaker, and you can check with Automate with Piyush in the YouTube channel, and then you can get through all the details. And he does great videos, and he's right now working on some bot DNA use cases. Now you have some use cases from my channel as
From
well,
yes,
so go ahead and get
a
started.
new playlist
New
coming in
playlist
action
coming,
now.
yeah. So Renuka, hi Vajrang, I already working with automation anywhere since 2 years now. I want to learn UiPath and Power Automate. Which one is good to learn? So if you
UiPath.
want to switch UiPath, if you want to have a longer run, both. Like, see, you cannot
Yeah.
stay in a stable environment, and you cannot take that, okay, this is the only tool that I need to learn. Tool keeps on evolving, and
Changing.
UiPath is the best tool. And people who are coming to me, and they are going, and I'm also seeing some projects being transitioned from automation anywhere to UiPath, and I'm seeing that on regular basis. So just get started. And
I am
Renuka,
doing that.
yes. So Renuka, you can just ping me up in the directly over comment. I will just send you a WhatsApp link, and you can just get to see. You can connect with me. Okay. Thank you so much,
And
Piyush.
yep.
You want to say
By the
something?
way,
Go
now,
ahead.
yeah,
Yes.
now even not only the top tools like Automation Anywhere, UiPath
Exactly.
or Blue
Exactly.
Prism,
Yes.
now the competition is really big, and there
Yes.
are so many tools coming. So one has to be, flexible
Exactly.
to work with different things.
So you can
Like
start
one
your
of the best
career.
tools I've seen,
Sorry.
Robocop,
Yeah. So you can
if you're
start
a
your
developer.
career
Yeah.
into one tool, but you need to transition. You need to transition to multiple tools. You cannot stay with one tool. And that was a mistake that I initially made. But now, being an evangelist with RPA tools, not with UiPath, so I'm checking on multiple tools and finding out multiple ways to get people connected. So that's how we need to move on. So that's it, Payush. And how did you like the
Okay.
interaction, live interaction, first live interaction for you? So how is it?
Well, yes, it was awesome. And it's really interesting when you have someone to talk to and
Exactly.
to build things, you explain things. That's always awesome.
Exactly. Okay. So thank you so much for joining in, buddy. And see you again if people are adding it. So give it a shout out for Piyush. Just mention Automate with Piyush in the chat, and give it a shout out for him. And let's get connected again in one more live, and then let's see how what more can we do and what more
Yeah.
conversation can we bring in. So if you have observed in this auto basics for RPM, we didn't discuss only with respect to the code. The code is a smaller part. The discussion is more on the broader perspective, and this gives a more pointers to all the members. So that's what I am really interested and checking on. So thank you so much for everyone for joining in, and thank you so much for Piyush. Let me go offline, stop streaming now. 3, 2, 1.